Does anybody else just randomly crave chicken pot pie? If not, you're going to after you make this recipe. Okay, you need 2 cups of potatoes, 1 3/4 cups carrots, boil them, let them get tender, and then set them aside. Then you need 2/3 cup of chopped onion and 4 cups of cooked chicken, set that aside as well. And then you're gonna start melting 1 cup of butter in a big pan, okay? And then you need 1 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of pepper. Cook your onions, let them get soft, then add the flour, thicken it up, and then add 3 cups of chicken broth. Again, let it get thick, and then add 1.5 cups of milk. And again, get it thick, okay? And then add your chicken, your potatoes, carrots, and then 1 cup of frozen corn, 1 cup of frozen peas. Prepare your pie crust, put your filling in, decorate it how you please, bake at 425 for 35 to 40 minutes, and yum.
Why make onion rings when you can make mini blooming onions? Start by cutting up a cipollini onion, add it to the wet batter, then add it to the dry batter. Put it in a deep fryer and fry it until it starts to bloom, just like this. It gets nice and crispy, perfect to dip into your favorite sauce. Wow, that's better than an onion ring.
Basil chips. All you need is a bowl, some plastic wrap, and a microwave. Lightly coat some basil leaves in oil. Place plastic wrap on top of a bowl, lay the basil on top, then cover with more plastic wrap. Poke a few holes, then microwave for 3 minutes. Remove the basil, then let it dry on a paper towel to drain.
1 can blueberry pie filling. 1 can raspberry pie filling. 1 box yellow cake mix. Don't mix it. 1.5 sticks of butter sliced thin. Put in a 350-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes. Hi, so I'm going to show you how to make the easiest dinner ever. Don't come at me, this is not healthy at all, but it's super quick and easy for whenever you and your fiance both work full-time jobs. So first, just start with a glass casserole dish, and I'm going to spray mine with a cooking spray. Next, I get 2 bags of these. They are super cheap. I like the chicken flavor. They also have a creamy chicken flavor that works just as good. So we're just going to pour both of those in. Next, you're going to need 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. They were all out of the Campbell's brand, so I got this off brand. It works just as good. So next, I just fill up a can of chicken broth. Mix it all together. Layer in some chicken tenders and season them for the love of God. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 375 like I did. Add some cheese, bake for 45 minutes with tin foil, and you're done.
Seared scallops in beurre blanc sauce. I showed you how to clean and how to sear scallops, so go back to my last few videos to learn how to do that. This video is about beurre blanc, which is just a white wine butter sauce. Once the scallops are seared, add the minced shallots and cook until softened. Then add a cup of white wine, half a cup of cream, and let that reduce by about half. Once reduced, shut off the heat and slowly mix in cold butter in batches. This is what emulsifies the sauce and makes it glossy and delicious. It should easily coat the back of a spoon. For a little appetizer, serve the scallops in their shell with some beurre blanc on top and a little chive garnish, and forget about it.
This is how I make my immune boosting tea. Fresh turmeric, cloves, black pepper, cayenne pepper, allspice, ginger, lemon, and soursop. The piperine in the black pepper will activate the curcumin in the turmeric, allowing it to be fully absorbed. So the black pepper is essential so you can get the full benefits of turmeric. In my opinion, soursop is one of the most powerful ingredients. It's believed to reduce cancerous cells, boost your immune system, treat things like cough, flu, insomnia, etc. Peel the zest off of the lemon into your pot and just half of the whole lemon. Turmeric and ginger grated or finely chopped, black peppercorns, and the rest of the spices. Soursop leaves, fill with water, simmer for about 20 minutes. I also add in a touch of coconut oil. The tea will stay good on your countertop, covered for up to 3 days or refrigerated for about a week. It's the health benefits for me.
Making the Mexican restaurant queso, a recipe given to me today from a client at work, so we'll see how it goes. So far we have 1 stick of butter, garlic powder, and diced jalapeno, just sauteing here on medium to low. Now I'm going to start melting the white Land O'Lakes American cheese I just got from the deli. I was told you have to get this type of cheese, very particular. So again, just slowly melt that, and I got 2 pounds. After the cheese is melted, add milk until the cheese is at the consistency that you like. I like mine a little more runny from the restaurant and not too thick. But guys, this smells really good. I'm excited to try it. So my daughter's my taste tester. Scale of 1 to 10, how close is it to the Mexican restaurant?
9.
9? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Roasted tomato soup. So I'm going to show you guys how I make it, and it's so easy, like super, super easy. And here in Louisiana, it's all about the Creole tomatoes, so I'm gonna use these. But when you roast, so what I do is I roast them. I'm not gonna use canned tomatoes because I want this really fresh, but when you roast tomatoes in the oven, it brings out the natural, like rich tomato flavors. So you gotta try it. So I have a sheet pan full of quartered tomatoes. So gorgeous. Drizzle olive oil and salt and pepper. Roast 400 for 30 minutes. I have 4 carrots thinly sliced. Add to our pot with lots of olive oil. 1 onion roughly chopped. 4 cloves garlic. Give it some salt and pepper. Did about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Cook for a few minutes stirring. Tomatoes done, yum. Put all the tomatoes and juices into the pot. So add water or broth so it's slightly above the veggies. We're gonna cook till carrots are soft. And I added a teaspoon of sugar. Carrots are soft, I added some fresh basil. Blend. Gorgeous and delicious. There's no cream, no butter, it's so good.
Did you know you can make fresh ricotta with just 4 ingredients? Now let's make that ricotta so we can make these. Over medium heat, bring whole milk, heavy cream, and salt to a slow boil. While the milk warms, set aside a bowl, sieve, and 2 layers of cheesecloth. Once the milk starts to boil and form these tiny bubbles, lower the heat and add 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. It's gotta be fresh. Then slowly stir, add more lemon juice if necessary, and watch the magic happen. Now we just turn off the heat, strain, and kind of wrap it up and let it sit for about 30 minutes. And that's it. We just made fresh ricotta. So easy, right? Now spread some of that goodness on toast, topped with lemon zest, figs or strawberries, honey, basil, and sea salt. Or go savory and top with tomatoes, white beans, olive oil, basil, and of course picky salt. So now all you have to do is follow me, especially if you want more easy, beautiful, and delicious recipes.
Welcome to episode 1 of Making Chicken Exciting. Today I show you the base. So this is the base to cook all these delicious recipes. Start off by cutting up your chicken thighs just like this, add it to a bowl, cut up some onions. Look at that, beautiful technique. Chop up some garlic. I did 1 onion, a few cloves of garlic. Mix it all together just like, if you ain't massaging your chicken, then you're not doing it right. You gotta show that chicken love, babe. Some oil, we added salt, pepper, garlic powder, and that's it, that's your base.
Today I'm gonna share with you the way I make my queso fundido. We're gonna start out by grating 1 pound of Los Altos Manchego cheese. Heat up your cast iron skillet or a pan of your choice and add 1.5 pounds of chorizo. Cook on low heat for about 5 to 7 minutes with constant movement. Once it looks like this, add 4 chopped jalapenos or less depending on your level of spice, half a minced onion, and 2 minced garlic cloves. Mix it in and saute for another 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, add 2 cups of chopped spinach. Mix that in and saute for another minute. Add half of the grated cheese, mix that in, and top off with the remainder of the cheese. Bake at 350 degrees for 10 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. Top off with green onions, tomatoes, and enjoy.
All right, today we're doing a reverse sear on a 4-pound beef tenderloin. This thing is an absolute beast. This thing is basically one big filet mignon. We're gonna start by trimming off the fat, trimming off our silver skin. And next, just to mess with the trolls out there, we're gonna use mustard as a binder. Don't worry, you don't taste it, but it's gonna help all this delicious Man Smith seasoning stick to our meat. This is gonna go into a 225-degree Traeger until we get an internal temp of about 120. Once you reach that, pull off the meat. Now we're gonna make some garlic butter. And of course, we're using the best garlic in the world, Christopher Ranch garlic, California grown, product of the USA. Throw in a little Man Smith's, mix that baby up. We're gonna use half while it's searing and half afterwards. Meat back in a 450-degree Traeger. Sear each side till you get to 130. Take off the meat, let it rest, slather it with more butter. Check this out. Perfect, delicious, let's go.
Hey guys, for the potato boats, I scrubbed some potatoes, cut them in half, and I went through and stabbed them all with a fork. Seasoned the insides with some ranch seasoning, a little bit of seasoned salt and garlic pepper. Flipped them over, brushed them with olive oil, and put some sea salt on the backs. Laid them in a pan with olive oil and baked them at 400 for about 45 minutes until they were fork tender. And then I let them cool off, and I tried to scrape out the insides as best as I could while keeping them still in a boat formation, if you want to call that. And then I treated the insides basically like a baked potato, adding seasonings, bacon, ranch, sour cream, butter, and cheese. And then I just got that how I wanted it to taste, and I stuffed those potato boats back up, covered them with some more bacon and some cheese on top, Then I baked them again at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, and they came out so crispy and delicious.
Family's gonna love this cheesy keto dip. It's simple to make and delicious. A jar of salsa, 2 cups grated cheese, 1 block of cream cheese. Mix this together, stir it up real nice, and store it in the fridge for an hour or 2. It comes out amazing. Use your favorite chip replacement.
Hey y'all, let's make cowboy pie in my cast iron skillet. You need 1 pound of ground beef, a can of chili beans, a can of black beans, a can of Mexican style tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 can of corn, and 1 package of Mexican style cornbread mix. Brown your ground beef with onions and garlic. Add your chili beans, your corn, and your black beans. Make sure you wash those before you add those in. The diced tomatoes are added, the tomato sauce. Then you're going to season it with chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. Mix all that together and let it simmer. While that's simmering, go ahead and mix your cornbread mixture up, and then when it's ready, pour it over the top of the mixture in the skillet. Pop it in the oven on 425 for 30 minutes, and look what we have, cowboy pie. It's a little country, but it's really good.